From Delores Koene in Missouri. I am a mother of 4 children, ages 7 to 14, and we had our first unschooling experience this past year. I had my children enrolled in a Christian correspondence program. To me, it was like reproducing a public school right in our own home, with me being everything from principal to janitor. While we did enjoy a certain amount of freedom, and were not bothered by local school authorities, they don't even know we exist. We felt bogged down because of the demands and handling the heavy curriculum. I was always busy with paperwork till late at night, grading papers and preparing lessons for 4 grade levels. My youngest daughter, now 10, whom I know is bright enough, had and still has some handicaps to overcome due to her previous 3 years in public school. She was said to be an A student and often had free time to help the teachers, but alas, when she stayed home under my supervision, I was appalled at her lack of basic skills. She would read a few stories to her younger brother, but would not touch a library book to read to herself. After being home for 1 year, her favorite pastime is reading. The more I read in GWS, the more I relaxed my public school teacher image, and the more liberties I took with that curriculum. Later on, tests were not used as tests, but were done with an open book for a final learning experience in that particular subject. When the children received poor grades, we no longer worried, as I told them that the important thing was whether they had learned something interesting that could be useful to their lives. All in all, we had little time for things that really interested us, and many unanswered questions and projects were shelved because of the burden of the prepackaged and canned education. However, I am glad in one way to have had the experience, as it brought me really close to the classroom en masse, educational problems, and made me appreciate unschooling even more. This year, we are embarking on a new venture in learning, as I have enrolled the children in Ed Nagel Santa Fe Community School, and we function as an extension of that school. We are all excited about it, as it is like letting children into a candy store with lots of money to spend. I asked each child what he or she was interested in learning about, and in spite of their new freedom, all their interest included some basics. They have already been conditioned, and so it will take time for them to view learning in a new light. In our coming school year, we will do away with testing and repetitious busy work. We will also do away with the study of English grammar, which is one of the children's greatest dislikes. Before my children went to school, they spoke English with very few grammatical errors. After they were in school for a year, they gradually picked up and started using incorrect grammar in spite of all the drilling they were getting in English class. I find that an interesting way for children to learn how words are spelled is to do word search puzzles. I am very impressed with some of the methods you suggest in GWS for teaching the basics, and I intend to try them in our coming school year. I had considered teaching my youngest daughter some basic phonics this year, but after reading your article, Sensible Phonics, Growing Without Schooling number 7, I am not certain if it would help her. Do you think that just having her read aloud to me and simply correcting her pronunciation would be more helpful to her? In my reply, I wrote, this is John Holt, yes, I do think it would be more helpful, and indeed, I would like to urge that you go very easy even on correcting her pronunciation. A hard thing for us adults to learn is that children will catch and correct a very large part of their own mistakes if we just give them enough time and don't rattle them. What is important is that she think that reading aloud to you is a pleasure for both of you. If she wants you to enjoy what she is reading to you, she will want to pronounce words so that you can understand. If you don't understand a word she has read, don't hesitate to ask, but only if you really don't understand it.